Whoa, nice. What's up, guys? You beat me to it. All right, let me tag everyone. Okay, so this is mostly I'm just focused on charts today, and I also for the recording and for everything, I open this up to some of the members of our trading team if they would like to join. There's a couple that are on. So for those members, if you're on here, you're part of the trading team. I'd love your input too. I don't want to be the only one charting, but I can flow through things, of course. I'd love to be doing this together. And for everyone else, love to hear what you have to say too. If you have any ideas on trades or charts or anything, of course, or thoughts on anything that anyone's saying, we'd love to hear it. Let's see, let me tag Atlanteans. Okay, cool. How we doing, guys? Feeling good? Guys and girls? I guess it'd be gals, huh? Guys and gals. Boys and girls. Feeling good. Let me show you guys a view. Really, really clear today. So super nice. We've been waiting for a couple months for this new spot. Just moved to it on Sunday. Much more expansive, much more space for everything. Um, Part of one of the symptoms of what people call ADHD that I have is I can't stay in just one place all the time. So I like to be moving around. I've got to have a work desk now, but I don't think I'll be at it 100% of the time, with a couple monitors set up and everything. Okay, yeah, so I want to open up. Let's just roll with charts. So those of you that are on that are also trading, you're live in charts. I'd love to hear what you're saying. I know of Jacob and Ant. You guys might be on. I don't know if Ant you're looking at crypto. Jake, maybe you're looking at gold or some other forex stuff. Would love to see, love to hear. I got my spiritual practice in, did my breath work and stuff, did some visualization. So at the moment, I'm just gonna jump right into charts. But I am missing one thing, music. Gotta get that rolling. Okay. We'll start with this one. Sweet. First of all, does anyone, whether in the chat or if you want to unmute yourself, do you guys see any charts we should go right to? Anything that looks decent right now? Crypto, forex, whatever. If not, I'm gonna just jump in.
What up? What up?
Oh, Keon's here. What's up?
Hey, what are you guys trading?
So I hopped on. There's a couple people on here that do crypto, a couple that do forex. So I was gonna try to see in the charts what's on, what's available. I'm the only one that's been talking so far. So I was seeing if anyone sees any opportunity. Do you see anything going on, Kian?
Let me take a look around in the Forex space.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen now, but I can relinquish that at any moment.
Let me grab my mouse.
All right. Okay, quick scope at Bitcoin to me looks like more downside, to say, potentially. I'm looking at just candlesticks now. I'm on the 3-day chart. It says my internet connection is unstable, so if it cuts out, just let me know. Now, I don't want to see us break the support level on Bitcoin. It's at like 26K. But to be honest, I think if we break like 27,500, that's when we'll start potentially going down. It's consolidating. Bitcoin's consolidating. So this is sideways. Could mean up or down. I'm kind of undecided right now in crypto. We're just kind of watching the sideways. So because of that, I'm going to assume all the rest of crypto is that way. So I'm going to go into forex pairs. And even if you see Kian on indices, you see anything special or anyone else tied up with this Formula One event in Miami, nice. Heck yeah, man. That's dope. I don't know what you're doing at Formula One, but I wish I was there. Take lots of videos, get some videos of the cars or whatever. Would love to see it. My girlfriend and I actually, I don't have the paper here, but we print out pictures, for visualization. And one of the ones we printed out was a cockpit of a Formula One car. So definitely want to drive one day. You could actually drive a Formula 4. It costs like 4 or 5 grand to drive a Formula 4 car. It's not Formula One. It's still really fast. It's like Formula One from like 8 years ago, maybe. But yeah, okay. So just kind of flowing what I see. I'm on a 4 hour right now on British pound, Japanese yen. We have been breaking down a bit, although we're overall in an uptrend. So this could be a beautiful retest. On the 12 hour here, it looks like the moving average is right at 168,395, which would be a decent retest level. We are also, though, we go to, where is it at? 1 hour? No, where is this? Okay, on the daily here, we're right at a potential support level because it was resistance in December. So we'll see how it goes. Let me check the messages. Ooh, everyone go look in the chat at some of the cars that Ants posted. These must be the pace cars or something like that. Pretty dope. Was that a nice Porsche? Ooh, there we go. What up for all of us?
Yeah, guys. Sorry, real quick. I'm over here doing a little bit of project managing for a company. Grab a bag, throw it into my trading account, get things going again. But I'll definitely send you guys a bunch of pictures once it starts in one of these sub channels.
Yeah, that's a nice whip.
Yeah, so they're doing the Porsche Deluxe Carrera circuit first on Friday. And then they move into Formula 2 for the women's, and then Formula 1. I think it's Formula 2 or Formula something for the women's, and then Formula 1's on Sunday.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Enjoy, bro. And you're getting paid for that. That's tight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just holding down the vendors over here.
Yeah, a lot of work, I'm sure. Heck yeah, bro. Thanks for
But yeah,
sharing.
appreciate it. Can continue though, man. Awesome.
Of course. Yeah, I like cars. I just want to be able to drive all the cool ones, but like never have to worry about any insurance or being tied down, or like just in this world, people use material things, especially if you want to accomplish big things in this world. People will use your material things against you sometimes. They can, and so, anyways, this is why part of Atlantis would be so dope to have, a track in Vegas or something like that. We do plan with or to own some cars at the track in Vegas, and anyone that wants as part of Atlantis wants to go whip around in a Porsche or in a Lambo, you can go do that. And you don't have to worry about anything. You just show up and go drive the car. You're like, just like it's yours. But insurance, all that's taken care of. That's where we're headed. Just take some time. Okay, back to the chart. So I'm looking at a couple things. So like I was saying, GBP JPY is looking for support potentially. It's been an uptrend. USD JPY looks basically the same. I think on Monday, I drew this potential trade. I never made it. My mindset has not been good until honestly last night for trading. Just had so much going on. And so I didn't make this trade, but it was a very obvious one. See, we saw some strong wicks here, blasted off after we were also kind of in an uptrend. We did hit resistance though. We're coming back to find support now on the US dollar. So this would connect with the indices. This connects with gold and everything else. The DXY we were watching for the month. We just got a monthly close, which is awesome. It was right at a support level. So it's loading on my chart, but it was right at a support level. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like it's going to want to hold that support. To be honest, it's looking like it's wanting to break down some more. We're just not getting any follow-up, even though the monthly candle just started like a day and a half ago. We still are not seeing, to me, the price action that says we're going to head up. Now, here's one little thing that I'm looking at is On the monthly, we came down and we tested this moving average. We had a strong bullish candle. But the fact that it did take two candles, but the fact that we closed the candle body a decent amount below this bullish candle tells me that the people selling have more strength than the people buying. Otherwise, the price would have been held up. So we're now below, and on this wick, already in the last couple of days, have moved up to test that moving average, and potentially could be moving down. The monthly candle just started. We can't really make a decision on it, but looking at other time frames here on the weekly, we are definitely at a support level. But this is one thing I was pointing out last night as well. That same thing, here's that one monthly upward candle is this, these four weekly candles here. And if you notice, we closed the candle bodies below that candle body. And we've been testing or below the first candle body of the upward movement. And we've been retesting it as resistance. So it's looking like downside. This is on the DXY. So what does this mean? This means that the dollar would go down. So if the dollar is going to go down, I would expect gold to go up more. I was kind of thinking maybe the opposite, that the dollar could come back. I was saying we're at support, let's watch, last week. But now we see how it played out, and it's looking like it wants to go down. So gold's going to go up. You can expect basically every pair versus the US dollar to be affected. Notice how the euro is going up versus the US dollar. The British pound is going up versus the US dollar. And gold 2018. So gold's at a resistance level for sure, and I pointed that maybe we're going to come down and retest. I'm starting to think that might not happen anymore. I was thinking that because gold was at resistance and the dollar was at support, that it might go the other way just for a bit. But it's looking like gold might want to blast off. I personally am not going to enter any gold buys. This is where I want to ask good old Jacob or Kian. I don't know if you look at gold very much, but definitely know Jacob does. Does anyone
I
have?
love gold's price action.
Heck yeah.
What's up?
Just one thing to keep in the back of our minds today is that FOMC is this afternoon. And that's gonna affect the dollar more than anything, right? So all of these dollar pairs can respond pretty violently to FOMC, but it's not just about the basis hike today, it's also about the language Powell uses regarding what could happen in June, how they're dealing with the banks, and just in general, we may be like at the tail end of the interest hikes, and so people are going to be listening really carefully for language that indicates that they're planning to, taper in the near future. So super important. 2:30 Eastern, I think.
Yeah, for me, it's listed at
FOMC.
starts at 12 p.m. I think that would be Mountain Time. I think it's aligning with my.
Oh, there you go. Okay, 12 p.m. Got it.
Yeah, so exactly like 2:30, and then it says, funding rate supposed to happen. Obviously, going to be during that statement. So the press conference starts at 12:30 my time. So yeah, 2:30 Eastern. So I wasn't looking at the full calendar. I want to see what the prediction is here.
25 basis points.
Okay. Cool.
And that's what it's going to be. Like, there's nothing that indicates a surprise around the corner. It's going to be much more around like the language used. And this is where someone with like deeper fundamental background would be an awesome person to tune into. I think Dom might understand this stuff better than I do.
Yeah. Fundamentals, I'm not so good with either. But I will say, with how things are running, well, two things. One, sometimes the things can be priced in when people know. Also at the same time, fake outs can definitely happen, so where if gold is really, really bullish right now, for me, I might be wary of maybe someone's trying to push the price up higher before they sell, and before it goes lower. So I'm open, but yeah, that's probably good to wait on US currency pairs, until that happens in what, like 4 hours, just under 4 hours before it starts. So
For sure.
yeah. Heck yeah. What do you think, Jacob? I know you're about to say something.
I was just gonna say I actually got burned yesterday by gold.
You're
So
expecting down
I'm
as
just
well?
watching it. Yeah, I was expecting it to go down and then it shot right up.
Yeah.
It
Me
is what
too.
it is. So, but now I guess it's just obviously it's gonna go look for a new all-time high, I think. But it's gonna approach that like 32 range.
Yeah.
Right here, yeah. And then I think once it gets to 32, that's where it'll either want to continue and then it'll go up to the 80s or just reverse back down.
Totally. Yeah, we have that big resistance to like 2050,
Mm-hmm.
2070. But what I am noticing too is like if you look at the last couple times we hit this resistance level, it was like we touched it, we went down pretty strong thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
Here as well, we touched it, we went down like within 3 candles, we tanked. In this case, we touched it, and we haven't really tanked, and we're even maybe potentially going up. Now, overall, this is obviously we got to look at inflation and stuff. I'm very confident I'm going to say within 5 years. Some people think this or next year, but I bet gold goes to like 3,000 plus. So it'll be really fun to trade, I think, over the coming time. But yeah, I was expecting downside as well. I was really, really feeling it. I didn't get into a trade at all, but anyway, strong price action to the upside. Look at that daily. Look at that 3-day close that we just got yesterday. That strong engulfing over what was the candle bodies, the beginning of the downward movement. So yeah, for sure. Let's even go to the 12-month. See, I don't like buying things when they're kind of stretched out and they're over here, but we can look at how many yearly candles we had that were bullish of gold from 2002 all the way until 2008, 2012 actually. 2011 is where we dipped a bit.
Also, yesterday was the beginning. Well, yesterday or is it Wednesday?
Today's
Monday was the beginning of the month too, which is it's always gets a little crazy at the beginning and end of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Can I show something on the gold chart?
Oh,
Please.
hold on. You should be able to now.
So this is like, I consider this the macro fib chart. So these are like in like super, super high fibs up in the 1300s. This is where we've so far put in our all-time high within like, I mean, less than 1% of that. This recent, like back in September, bounce off of this zone, this come up to here, another bounce off of here, came up to here, and now kind of bouncing off of this level here tells me that it also, like, just looking at how incredibly strong this weekly candle is so far, still putting in new highs. It makes me think that we might be looking at a retest of this, probably this, like, pretty close to 2080, 2060s, like you said, Cody. And I'm in agreement that, so usually what happens with these major structural shifts, because everything, like the way I look at charts, everything is basically happening in, I kind of wonder if these were meant to be logarithmic or not. So these ratios are 1.618, right? 1.618 times the previous one. And so we'll spend a lot of time within a certain structure, like bouncing off of key levels within that structure. Once that level breaks out, then you like open up this whole new range of prices that like will get tested and played with. So, you know, we could be looking at 2250s, I would say within the year, easily. If we break that 2080, probably get a couple retests back down, maybe even into the 1800s one more time. But I'm just looking at like how like super, super strong this support was, where it was a previous resistance, and how this has been nothing but bullish since taking off. And if we also kind of like integrate Elliott waves, we're looking at like, well, technically we're still in a correction. So we're in like an A, B, C, and that might be complete, but this could also, until it really breaks these highs, we don't know if the correction is over. So what I would look for is, we have a third wave right here, and third waves are really strong. So that third wave came in really strong. That fourth wave came back and did not penetrate below the 1, which is there. And so we could actually be in wave 5, which would again indicate that 2080 is going to break in the near future. And remember, we're on a weekly chart, so near future means 5, 6, 7 weeks. But yeah, gold looks awesome.
Heck yeah. I appreciate your analysis. Yeah, and your analysis kind of even now is showing me like, hey, I'm gonna sit on my hands just for the moment. But wow, look at this 30 minutes like about to break out right now. Looks like it a little bit. We could position ourselves.
Yeah, gold's already up $4 since you said you were gonna go live
Nice.
30 minutes ago.
Should have bought.
Buy.
Yeah, should have just hopped right to gold. That's okay. Yeah, so for me, I think it'd be good to just sit on our hands, honestly, like as a logical trader until FOMC, unless we see like super obvious price action. And shoot, I will say on this 15-minute, it is super obvious. We had these strong candles here, strong wicks, I should say. Hammer. We did close outside the bottom band, but it's the 15-minute. So, and then when we came up, tested the top band, and we tried again. See, closing outside of the bottom band says it could go lower. It's not your entry, but it says it could go lower. So what you do is you wait until we get close to the band again. In this case, we tested it.
Good.
We didn't close outside, and so that says that we're gonna have stronger upside movement. So now we're at 2020, just like what the last 2 minutes, it just popped up another few dollars.
Yeah.
2021. So this looks like a pretty good trade. I'm not going to enter this because the movement's happening. Had we been looking at this, 20 minutes ago, potentially would have been a good entry, but that's okay.
I can share one more time and show you where we're going to find a good entry if this is going to keep going up. So this is a pitchfork model of gold, and as you can see, this blue pitchfork, which is, I believe, the 1. So this is traditionally used as a boundary for the pitchforks. And so you can see like a couple times we've rejected off of this, actually like 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we've rejected off of this. Right here, the one time we got over it in this area, we established what I consider a valid long entry. So on the 1 hour. So let's see where we're at in relation to that. And you can see like when we came down this last, yeah, so awesome.
Beautiful.
Glad that worked out. So the next good setup, right, is going to come from as the price. So remember, price will always retrace and retest, right? So what we should see is some sort of an up, a down, establish some kind of a base here. And then when you get a breakout over that base, it basically indicates that there's more upside coming. And that way you don't FOMO in. Of course, like, could we just rock it up? Sure. But it's, I don't look for rockets. I look for reliable setups.
Amen.
And just one more thing, and I'll turn it back over, is that somewhere in this range, so yeah, I can pretty much tell you exactly where it's headed right now. It's gonna enter this range here. And then it should drop back down to retest some levels. So is there a whole lot of space here to play this? Maybe, depends on how you trade, but once it hits this level, I would look for some downside from the 2025, 2026 area. And yeah, just how strong this 1 hour candle is off of a 1 hour long area, I would expect, I do actually expect this to keep going up for a few more hours. So we'll see. FOMC is gonna tell us what we need.
Heck yeah. I want to share a little bit on just the flow of the price action, because this is when we can see it, it makes it so much easier. But okay, the flow. I talk about flow and talk about rhythm and tides, waves and things like that. And so you guys can hear us like talking about these levels and lines and all that. It's more of the masculine in a bit. I want you guys to see this in a feminine manner too. If you want to really get good at this. Obviously we can kind of see like this sort of sine wave, type movement, right? It's up, down, up, down, up, down. And when there's an extreme wave, you can notice here that the areas where the previous levels of this up down wave, right, which is similar to the breath, which is similar, to the I can't remember what the heart rate monitors, in the hospitals, they go beep, beep, right? It's like same type of thing. It's life, it's breath, it's seasons, it's all that. And it interacts with each other. And so this flow, up, down, up, down, up, down. Notice then when we had this extreme upward movement, notice as it came down, this pink line, which was the top of these, the previous peak of these waves, right? And then now notice how we came up and we went down, we tested that same level, we're going up and yeah, I know it could go higher, lower, but the thing is this is like 5D version of watching the tides, if you will, because it's not just the linear wave, the tides look just like a wave all the time, and the waves are smaller version of the tides. I see this, but it's more than just three-dimensional, if that makes sense. I'm trying to express a little better, but I hope that you guys can feel that, because when we see that, when we can see the flow, for me, as I told you, is in the beginning, I was saying that I couldn't trade, or I chose not to trade the last few days because I was putting so much energy out into other things. I had a lot of things happening with moving and other stuff. And so I should say, do so much better when I'm in a focused, energetic, expansive flow. I can see the patterns so much easier when I'm in that flow, when I'm in that state. And so I notice also that when I'm trading, if I'm not in that flow state, and when I say flow state, I just mean feeling, I guess I mean more feeling balanced. We can work our way up to flow if we're feeling balanced. But if I'm not feeling balanced, it's really hard to work my way up to flow. So the more we work our way up to flow, or the more we do things to feel balanced, the easier it is to see these patterns in the charts. It just makes it so much easier. And in hindsight, we can obviously see that this is something that was, no brainer when we look at the patterns of flow, simply that. Then adding, different tools like fibs, Bollinger Bands that can help us a bit. But anyway, the importance of flow. Yeah, and on the note of Bollinger Bands, look at last time we squeezed really tight right here, popped up high, right? Came down, we squeezed really tight, and look what's happening now. Now we went a lot harder so far last movement, but this looks like it could definitely go higher. But yeah, what Kian was showing are some good ways to visualize these 4-5-dimensional levels, if you will, of looking for an entry. And yeah, and it aligns up with just different support and resistance level. Let's see what I got with the auto fibs. Got to clean this indicator up for sure. Yeah, It's perfect. I saw your levels around that 2030, 2033, right, Keon, to hit resistance maybe?
I'm looking at 2025 to 2027, but
I see.
2030 is like an attractive place to see a wick. Um, I will say that we just tapped that 1.0 and are starting to see. I mean, we're 45 seconds into the 1 hour candle, so it doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything. But
We've seen some.
we tapped it and aren't, you know, we may continue our push from here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, let's see. Well, I personally, I'm kind of in wait mode on this because it's already moved, so I'll definitely come back. In a moment like this, what I'll say is when something's moving, that can be an awesome time to really watch the charts and to get in. Sometimes when something is moving like this, I will at times I'll go on the lower time frames and just line myself up with a good entry because we can see here on the 15-minute the strong close above says that we have some strength. We could go higher. 1 hour just close outside of the Bollinger Band says we could go higher, right? 4 hour strong candle close says we also could go higher. That's not the best area on the 4 hour, but sometimes what I'll do is if I'm in the flow, like I was saying, when you get this many time frames saying, hey, there's a lot of strength right now in the market going upward, just lining up your lower time frame entries with that with a level to buy. And so sometimes that means the 1 minute, but mostly for me that means the 5 minute. And 5 minute, what I would be doing is just waiting on some kind of retest. But although I'm like 90% sure right now it's going to continue up probably right. So what Keon said was, this 2025 level, it looks really, really good to do so. But yeah.
Cody, I have a question. Do you think the recent push USDJPY put in was just like a last sweep?
Honestly, yes, because of the DXY looking weak now.
Right.
And we didn't. Yeah, I will say like the price action was strong to move up, and I would if we were gonna bounce, I'd want to see us bounce now or around 134. But just because the DXY is starting to look weak, yeah, I think it probably is just gonna head down lower. So that's why, and like I was saying with last week, because I really saw gold at resistance, that heavy resistance. So I'm like, okay, it needs to come down and retest on the monthly. I saw it at resistance. So I'm like, okay, maybe it needs to come down and retest a little bit. But because once again the dollar is showing weakness, gold is obviously showing strength. So this could be a front run before something when news comes out. But kind of like what you were saying, I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I think it'll be expected, and it's just going to be like, yeah, the dollar's kind of weak right now. So yes, that would mean USD JPY has some downside to see. If we look at the weekly chart, I mean, we got 2 days left, but it's looking pretty good for some more downside. Hit heavy resistance. What do you think about that?
So the big pattern I was watching on it was I think on the daily. I was thinking this was, sorry for drawing on your chart, but I was thinking this was okay. I was thinking this was a rising wedge and that it would result in a drop here. But it broke out instead, and now it's back under that support,
Yeah.
the upper trend line. So I am leaning toward like the dollar dropping here and USD/JPY, like this having been a final. Because like with market psychology, when something has been going bonkers, it's easy to kind of push it into one more rally so that the market makers can get their liquidity sweep in. And usually that indicates the end of a trend.
Yes, I feel that. Yeah. What for me would, as a logical trader, I mean, just looking at this daily chart, what would tell me, hey, it's time to look for a short is if we break this level here. And to me, that's like the beginning of this bullish movement. That would confirm to me that we're going down. Now, that's on the daily chart. We can front run it a little bit, and we can see that the 4 hours are already breaking down. So to me, any kind of retest now on like a 4-hour chart, and how we find this, we can do a couple different things, but see right here, I have a fib level at this, which would also kind of match with where the moving average is sort of heading. So if we get some kind of retest, that would be a beautiful area for me to look for a sell if I get the price action. So we'll see how it goes. Could go down a little lower. But yeah, daily, we would want to wait until we break below here, but we can front run that, on the lower time frames, as long as we're getting the price action. So same thing, this is not our entry, but yeah, to be honest, I'm not really at the moment seeing too many good entries. Let me kind of scan through. Everything's kind of during a move, it's so British pound, Australian dollars at a resistance level, potentially on the 4-hour. But on the daily, it looks like it hit support, So I actually forgot we were talking about this last night, saying that this is a support level potentially. I definitely didn't get in a trade. But we're getting close to resistance. We're basically at resistance. So either we go up or down, right? But for me, from where we are now to this pink line, because that's the beginning of this downward movement here, that would be the area I'd want to see us. If we're going to go up higher, I'd want to see us break. Or if we come to this area, start experiencing some wicks, which honestly I feel is more likely, and I'll explain why. But if we start seeing some downside pressure, then this would be a really good area to sell. Looking at it as this, it's an area, right? Because you got the bottom here. So it really looks like kind of like that little channel. Okay, why do I believe that it will probably end up going down? It's more likely. I'm gonna wait because anything can happen. I'm not just gonna jump in, even though I feel like it's more probable. So look how fast and strong we went down, like boom. And then this downward movement, yeah, it was a lot of candles, but the upward movement had basically the same amount of candles, but there was no upside. It stayed sideways basically. And then in one candle, we dropped really strong. And look how many candles so far it's taken to get sort of close to the beginning of this down. So that means that people buying don't have as much strength, don't have as much power behind what they're doing. And then we can zoom in even closer on this hourly and notice how we came up. We had a pretty strong dip. I mean, I won't say pretty strong, but we had a dip to the downside. And now we're experiencing some wicks that are testing off of the beginning of this downward movement. So the price action's telling us we're experiencing some resistance already. And we can see these candle wicks here. That could be that area, but to me, it's as long as it's between, I'll delete this middle one, between these two lines, anywhere we could look for a good sell. And we break above, then it's over. So for me, it's not a trade to get in at the moment. Want to wait for a better entry. But honestly, it's looking good.
That was a Head and Shoulders too on the 1 hour, Cody.
Oh, was it? I didn't even pay attention to that. Let's check it. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Is that what you're talking about right here?
So yeah, so as soon as it broke that neckline, it just plummeted. And it's probably trying to retest that neckline.
Yeah. Yeah, looks good.
So from here to here. Oops.
Yeah, totally. See exactly what you're saying.
So right there.
Heck yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that looks like a great short trade, just to confirm what you're saying.
we start to see it, then we can hop in. 15 minutes showing a little bit. Notice how we closed outside of the Bollinger Bands, which is a bullish move there. And then we came down, we tested the bottom band, and now we just tested the top one, and we were not able to close outside. So we'll see. But yeah, the short could definitely be coming. So right now, we got gold and the British pound versus Australian dollar, where we're seeing some potential trade. So you see how on my trading view here, I flagged those, I click this little green flag. Just so now I know for the next, like day or like today, I can just go straight to those charts and just look at those. But let's see if we see anything else. Nice. This sell looked really good. Who did I share this with? It might have been Canadian versus Japanese yen. I don't remember if that was last night, honestly, or if that was with Anna earlier in the day, but whatever. Did we talk about that one, Anna?
No.
No. Okay. So then it must have been last night that I was talking about it. My charting sessions, they kind of mix together sometimes. So, but that looks good. Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen is at a potential support level, and on the 12-hour, ready to go down more. Daily, we're piercing this moving average. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I think what I want to do right now is just focus on the two that we see trades. And so let's see here. We can do GBP odd on this one. So you see on my little layout now, I open up both trades. So I'm going to go to the 5-minute on both of these. And on this one, I just have to remember I'm looking for a sell. And gold here would be looking for more of a buy. Gold's just running up. If we see some kind of retest. So this might be how I do it. Play some music for a little while. When I'm on a trading session, or if I'm going to have a day where I'm able to look at charts more time than others, sometimes you don't catch the movement, in that moment, but throughout the day, you kind of can. And so might spend like 5-10 minutes here or there, have my laptop open, could be dancing around my apartment, and with or without clothes, to be honest, and then just glance at the charts and see what it feels like, see how it looks, and then enter at that moment when it makes sense. So yeah, anyway, gold's just running. I just don't feel comfortable on gold opening a buy. Honestly, I probably wouldn't open a buy on gold, but I'll tell you what, the British pound, Australian dollar, definitely if a sell comes up, that's where I'm looking. Yeah, okay. Let's look at the S&P 500. I know Keon looks at this way more than I do. Ooh, S&P
That's my
500.
jam.
This has some resistance.
There's my list.
The 3-day looks like it's wants to go up. I don't know. This is a little bit of both. On indecision, I see like on the weekly, but daily.
They're definitely waiting for FOMC here. Honestly, man, my assessment of the market right now is like it's just waiting for the right excuse to rip.
Yeah.
Because it wants to test that 420 range. So now that I'm looking at it again. Anyway, you go ahead.
Yeah, I guess there's just a good side thought to say, in trading, so when all of us at some point, okay, I don't know about all of us, but I think most of us on here, some point or another, have had a job where we were making salary or hourly wage, right? And we were paid by showing up. And as long as we show up, we make money. And matter of fact, you don't even need to fully show up. You could, for a lot of jobs, you could show up and be on Facebook all day or Instagram half the day, and you can still get paid, right? But what I'm getting at, it's that, most jobs though, especially the good paying ones, they want you showing up. They want you consistently putting energy in, and then that's how you get paid. But trading is different. The regular job, the regular salary, hourly based job is imbalanced. It is not in alignment with nature. It is because it's showing us that by just doing all the time, that's how we earn value, right? And a lot of people see money as value in this world, and it has nothing to do with your value, but a lot of people relate it to their value. But anyway, what I'm getting at is trading. The more you do, sometimes the worse it is for you. The more you do, sometimes the worse your results, the more money that you could potentially lose. A lot of times in trading, it's the sitting and it's the waiting. And this is a lot like gardening. If you're a gardener or are into gardening, I'm not really, my girlfriend is. It's the same thing, you know. I was talking about this with someone the other day, but like an avocado tree, if you plant an avocado seed, it could be 5 years before you actually get fruit. Can you believe that? So what if everyone just gave up, right? And instead of not seeing the fruit right away, stopped watering the avocado farms because all the fruit didn't come right now, right? None of us would be eating avocados. Most people love avocados. So what I'm getting at is that trading is the same way, where it's not just about the doing, the taking the action, right, to receive the fruit. You know, you might have to water for like an avocado tree. You're gonna have to water it for 5 years before you see fruit potentially. Trading isn't going to take that long, but what I am saying is that the waiting, you can make the most out of trading in your time, because if you do it, if you plan it right, what I mean is if you just wait for a specific entry instead of, oh, I need to make money, I need to make trades. No, let me wait for the trade to come to me. Let me wait for the right moment. I'm on this surfboard. Let me wait for the perfect wave to ride it instead of trying to ride this wonky wave that isn't even going to last, right? Why not wait for the perfect one so I can ride that wave all the way back to shore? You get what I'm saying? And that one wave would be worth, like, if you talk to surfers who are like super into it, sometimes they could be waiting for an hour or so for the perfect wave. And that perfect wave makes their entire day, right? So trading is the exact same. That one perfect wave can make you enough money to last you for a month or a couple months, you know? And if you're constantly trading and we only have so much decision-making power each day, each week. And so sometimes just waiting, sitting on your hands, like gold, I was telling you guys, like, I'm so sure it's going to go up, like so sure. And if I would have entered when I was saying that, even after it had gone up, I'd probably be up a good, I don't know, $1,000 right now. But the thing is I would rather wait for that perfect entry, because the perfect entry on gold was down here. And if we had gotten in that, there'd be much larger trade. So, anyways, hope that kind of makes sense. Just some thoughts coming. So, what does it take on trading during big announcements? Jacob said, great opportunity if you know the fundamentals. Yes. Of how the news would affect. Very volatile area to trade. Great learning opportunity to see how the news plays with all pairs. I agree. Yeah. So to add to what Jacob is saying, that opportunity comes with movement, with life, right? So the news can make a lot of movement in the markets. And so it's those strong movements that can lead to, an income. You're going to make more when the market's moving than when it's just still, just like you're going to experience more life when your heart is beating than if it's still. So, and gold just keeps going. So I don't want to miss out on British pound, Australian dollar. So I'm going to focus on where I see opportunity. And honestly, this 15-minute is a potentially good entry. It wouldn't be too bad. I'm going to wait for this 30-minute close, I think. I have a meeting in 40 minutes. So at least got to a little around then. But yeah, like I was saying, we came down a bit, and then we've come up, and we tested that area where we came down, and we're experiencing a bit of resistance. So that's why this could be a good entry. On the same time, we are in a bit of an uptrend here in the hourly, and we can see we got an engulfing candle at the beginning of this upward movement. So that is a sign of, people buying, having more strength. So that's why on the lower time frames, we're going to wait for this to break down. Like, look at this really strong candle to the upside. And when we went to the downside, we were not able to overtake it. So, another price action thing where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is accumulation or distribution. You can see when it's sideways like this, someone is either trying to get more of something or trying to get rid of something, like a big bank, is what I mean. So better to wait. Yeah, does anyone have any thoughts, any questions, any comments, even if it's not about trading?
Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping on.
I also have a meeting coming up and I want to have some breakfast and some meditation time before that. So
Heck yeah.
wishing everybody a beautiful day.
Enjoy.
And if y'all want to check the indices channel around, like, I don't know if I can be available during FOMC. If I am available during FOMC, I will hop on and put out some signals.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thank
All
you,
right. Love you guys. Bye.
man. Appreciate it. Beautiful. Yeah, so I'll probably just like kick it. Honestly, I'm in trading zone. I gotta check on my beans. I'm cooking some black beans. I'm gonna use it as dip, put it on top of my eggs and stuff over the next few days. So I gotta check those. But I'm actually gonna maybe kick it a little bit, but do my other things because I wanna trade here live. We might be able to find a trade. So if you guys want to stay on, I can, we can stay on and just see if we get this entry in British pound Australian dollar. And if you guys want, so we're starting to, the meeting I have is with the trading team here in about 40 minutes. And we're gonna start planning days that we're gonna trade together. Initially it's gonna be private. Later on though, those when we have these solid and consistent and we're seeing the results, then we may open in those trading team calls, live trade sessions to people who are part of Atlantis. So kind of how it'll go is just, a few of us will be on charts and we'll be looking at specific charts individually, watching for the trades. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if anyone on here is comfortable with looking at charts, if you're looking at anything and you see potential opportunity, let's check it out. And we can check it out together. Otherwise, it might be a little boring just kind of watching this. But I'm good with it. Let's see here. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna set up another monitor in here. Oh wait, actually I don't have the cable. Never mind. I can't do that. That's okay. I will say, is anyone on here into NFTs? I heard us talking about it, but let me show you what I've been doing. I haven't been announcing much because I don't want to tell you guys, hey, here's some dope NFTs. Because the market is not looking so strong in crypto right now. Could definitely see some more downside. And so because of that, I don't want to say buy NFTs and see people lose money, but I will show you what I'm getting because I'm using money I don't care about. If I lose it, it's okay. So I have I'm in some Discords, a couple of them. There's just two that I'm looking at there. And when I'm looking at NFTs, I'm looking at community, like if you want to get into a successful NFT, well, you have to find an NFT where people are buying it, are into it, So it's a strong community. And so this one is called Hoopas. They are, I've been talking about this a little bit, but let me just explain this. They did an initial release of these 333 bananas. And it just looks like this. And I know this looks so funny. But everyone who holds a banana has been receiving benefits. So they didn't announce what it was. It was just like, hey, like this is Lico's precious banana. It was stolen. If you have it, keep it. So Lico is one of the characters in their little game they have. Let's go to their website. So the art it will look like this. It's gonna be a bunch of random guys, different mouth, different eyes, different things. And there's actually a whole other website. Let me see here. Let's go to their Twitter. I'm buying into this because they have a pretty big community. There's only going to be 10,000, I think, NFTs total. And they have 34,000 followers on Twitter, and in their Discord, they have like 15,000 members. And things like this, they had a pre-sale and the pre-sale sold out. and they only had the pre-sale available for a day. So what that says is a lot of people are buying this, a lot of people want it. So a lot of people are buying and want this. That means that as soon as this releases, there's going to be trading, and it might go up for a little while. It might stay up for a while. It might not. So how I got myself in is, I started off with buying this banana, and this banana, just holding this NFT, gave me 2 whitelist spots. So what that means is that in the actual, when they mint the actual art itself, they're gonna have the public mint where it's kind of like I talked about the Mad Lads one where it went so fast. I tried to enter and it sold out so fast. I even submitted the transaction. It said it was approved, and I still didn't get one, which sucks, but it is what it is. And so the fact that that happened so fast, I believe that this is going to be a similar experience. It might not happen as fast as that one, but a whitelist allows you to purchase before the actual mint, before everyone's trying to get one at the same time. So I purchased 2 of them. Now, here's the cool thing is, this banana, I bought it at 15 Solana. So what would that be? 15 times 20. So like $200, I guess $300. And now it's worth about double. It was at 40 Solana at one point. So it got up to like, I guess that would be $800, $900. So it's pretty good, more than double. But I have doubled my money. And I'm just gonna hold. They're a little bit under my double, and I'm holding this one. And I now bought 2 other ones of the actual NFT drop. Hold on, let me check GBP odd really quick. Let's see if it's give us an entry right now. Not yet. Okay, so coming back. I'm just talking about something to buy time, or to pass time while I share with you guys this NFT drop. So I'm holding this one, and it allowed me to pre-purchase in this pre-sale 2 of the NFTs. So I did both, and they're like $130 each. So they're going to announce here on the Twitter when the public one is. They're not going to have any other pre-sale stuff, so it's just kind of getting one, but like getting one when it comes out. So they'll announce it on the Twitter when it's live. To share with you though, the last one, Mad Lads, I do think this art's cooler. I do think it's a bigger project. They have a lot more behind it. A lot more iffy. It's the people they have behind it why this one's so big. But this one, dropped for also about $130 and is now worth like 1,300 on the lowest, And Dom, who you guys have maybe seen his streams of, or seen him in the Discord, he got one of these, and he ended up getting one of the female ones, which is only 10%. So this is more rare, and therefore he got that one sold for like $3,000 or something. So he paid 150 and sold it for 3,000. So, I do believe that I'm looking at this one, and I'm looking at one other one I'll show you. I don't know when this drop will be. They don't have a date, which is kind of cool. They're just going moment to moment. They're sharing it as it honestly builds hype, because everyone's waiting. And the fact that it's so active in the Discord, always something, always someone talking, everyone's going off out of excitement. And the pre-sale went off. So I know that this will be a decently successful one. I don't know if it'll go 10x like the other one. But I'm sure that, the 130 that I put in each, so I put in like 260, I'm sure I could sell for at least double or triple. And then if I get a really rare one, I could sell for even more than that. And then I do believe with that release that these bananas where there's only 333 of them, they said they're going to announce some things with it. So a couple things with this Mad Lads drop. There's also a skull style. Let me see here. None of them are for sale. It's crazy on the skulls. So let me see here. I can show you what they look like. Skull DAO from Mad Lads skulls. So the skulls, where are they at? They look like this. And there's only 99 of them. And what they did is these 99, they created, it's like a DAO or private group. So now they have this private community where only like special things go specific to the skulls ones. And so because there's only 99 of them, So I do believe that with the bananas in this Lico one, and when that happened, by the way, because that happened, so many of the skulls, they just rocketed in price. Like some of these are going for like $20,000-$30,000. And you got to realize people only paid $130, $150 to mint it, you know? So it was huge overnight. Now, once again, I don't know if these bananas are going to go up that high. I don't know if I'll be able to sell a banana for like 20, 30,000. But I think being, you know, me, I bought one for what, like 300. I think I could easily sell it for a few thousand, you know, like $2,000 later on once it goes up, because I do believe they're going to have the same type of thing, private group, all that. So it's all about the community. So no matter what the economy is doing, if you have a strong community, you know, you can make things like this happen. And it's all on Solana. Solana's transaction fees are amazing. If you're familiar with crypto, hold on, pause, check in GBP, AUD. Just make sure that we want to make sure to get in this trade. We're hitting this resistance, but what I don't like is here we came up, we hit it, we went down. We didn't go down as low as this last time. We touched it again here, we went down, and we're already touching it again. So even though we're kind of hitting resistance, we can see that. It's not really strong downward movement yet, so we're waiting. Okay, but anyway, so I do believe they're going to make a private group of these bananas, and once that's done, right now there's like not really, it's just up in the air what they're going to do. They say there's more coming, but yeah, I'm just kind of waiting. So anyways, I think that would be a good one if you wanted to get in. I just be careful and just be, you know, only do money you're willing and ready to lose. Be, you know, a couple $100, right, at most. And because I think this is an easy one to double your money, honestly, after they announce the whitelist, or they announce the actual drop. How are you going to know? Well, you're going to have to just pay attention to their Twitter, and they'll announce it here. So what you could also do to get in before others is you could go to go to the Twitter and join their Discord, and they have all the announcements there. And the other one I think is going to do really well is this one here called Code, COODE, Code. I don't know how you say it. It's a weird name, like could be Cootie, you know, like, but they have a big community as well. And this one is going to be $100 mint. And also they're announcing it inside their Discord. So this one is on Friday. The Hoopas one, the first one I think will be bigger than this. I don't know when it will be available, but this one is available on Friday, and this one only has 6,000. And this is kind of what the art looks like, an example of it. Same thing. I'm only buying this because of the hype. This is purely for financial gain, and you know, it's exciting to be in a community and just stuff's going on. I don't really partake in the community. I'm really just like, honestly, it's all money. I'm just in the community to buy these and to flip them, you know, and to build up my Solana holdings so that I can have more to invest into other things. So these guys also, they had a pre-sale, sold out. So that's why I am, and you can look at the views, you know, if you want to know if they have a good following and stuff, look at their Twitter, and you can see all the views that they're getting on different tweets. So yeah, this art looks really
So,
cool.
so could since we're talking about the NFTs, what is with those gorilla apes? Are they still popular or overrated? What is your take?
Yeah, so they are popular. Forget what their name, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah, Bored Ape Club. Let's see what they're going for. On OpenSea, they're definitely still popular. Now here's the thing: is all the people who really got into crypto NFTs early, they actually, let's go activity. Let's see what's sold recently. They really got in on Ethereum, you know, and okay, this one just went for 90,000, and that sold 3 hours ago. This one 93, 100,000. So yes, very popular. Here's the thing though, is if we look at this, we could see the transaction. I think we might be able to see the fee. No, not really. On Ethereum, this transaction probably cost like $50. It's like mass adoption in crypto won't come until everyone can participate. $50, I can tell you right now, there's no locals here, the local Mayans who are working in, just like doing regular jobs, like for instance, not that the people who clean our house would, would want to be in NFTs. What I'm saying is the income they make, they would not be able to afford a $50 fee. Are you joking me? So Solana, two things. First is this new in the last like month, that newer drop, Mad Lads, it surpassed trade volume of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And I don't know if it's, I don't know where it's at now, but it did for a short time. So what I will say is, yes, they are still popular, but realizing that NFTs and things, to get really big, everyone will participate. And Ethereum is not the way that everyone's going to participate because it's so expensive. The average fee on Solana that I pay is about 2 cents. The average fee on Ethereum is like $30. So the answer is yes, it is still popular, but I fully believe that as people realize how much more efficient things can be and inclusive. Now, granted, I'm saying that, and we're still talking about people selling these NFTs for $100 or more, but it's the point of not the thing that's being sold, but the transaction. It's like, there are NFTs that you can buy for $1 and you could sell for $3, like people will do that too. And if your transaction fee is $50, how can you won't, it just doesn't work. It will never work. So anyways, that's what I really love about Solana and others. There's a couple others that are also cheaper, but I've just been focused on Solana. So yeah, they are popular, but I think that we're early by getting into more Solana NFTs. And I think just holding long in the long run, like it'll definitely benefit. So these NFTs are pretty cool. These ones dropping on Friday, these actually look way cooler than I initially thought. Like this is a basic one, but like, look at this. They have this is one of one. So if anyone can participate, whoever gets this one of one, like imagine how much that's going to go for when you have the skulls one that are like one of 99 basically, and they're going for like 20,000, so it's a good way to potentially make money, but also realize that I did on the same note, I tweeted last night and I regret it now. I bought this NFT. Look how cool this is. I bought this Space Nation tweet. I bought the Space Nation soul art because the art is dope. And then come to find out, I tweet that and I go to sleep. I didn't pay much for it. I paid like $25 for it. It's nothing crazy. This is their profile. They rug pulled. Their Discord now no longer exists. And if you go to the market, it no longer exists. You can't find it anywhere. Space Nation. And they clicked, we're now live on Magic Eden. So I clicked that and it doesn't exist anymore. So now in my wallet, I have this. In one of my wallets here, I have this NFT that I can't do anything with. So if you guys want it, you can no, actually I'm gonna keep I still think the art's cool. I might make that my profile picture on Twitter, but it's just kind of funny. So but on that note, small community, like they had less than 1,000 followers on Twitter, and it's an account that's been around since 2014. So kind of some scammer recreated their profile, which is crazy to me because if you would have just like with this art, I think it's pretty cool. Like you could have easily made more money because these, for instance, with an NFT drop, with these bananas, you can see here they have royalties. So anytime anyone buys or sells one of these bananas, they get a fee. The royalty is 2.5%. Oh, 2.5 Solana. I don't know exactly what the royalty is. 2.5 out of 50. So it's 5%. So that means that they make 5% of every time there's a transaction. So to me, if you have a cool NFT drop with cool art like this, they probably just stole the art from someone else. Now that I realize that probably scammed. That's okay. But when you have cool art like this, you can make money off of the transactions alone, just people buying and selling. So another idea. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm working on. Or what I'm looking at, I should say. Still not getting this entry so far on GBP odd. See about gold. Gold's coming down. Nice. Jacob will be proud. Maybe that
I've been
means
watching it.
have been
I've
heck
been seeing it.
been seeing it. Like I've been yeah, I think I think it'd be good for me to wait personally for gold until that meeting later. All right, battery's at 3%. I got 20 minutes to my next call. I think just we didn't get the entry. I was hoping that during this call we would get the entry. But I'm gonna go just like breathe really quick just to take some space to separate my mind from this call and the next. But it was dope. Good live stream. We didn't catch a trade today. We did find potential entry on GBP, Australian dollar. And I would say if you got an extra couple $100, I do think it would be good and it would be fun to get into this NFT drop. Do your own research, check it out. If you go to Twitter, you can go to Hoopas. It's a weird name, but it works. Let's see, where's their website? Yeah, you can go to their website and check out everything they got going. But yeah, could be fun. And then this one too, I for sure think that this one will be a banger. Like I'm very confident that with NFTs, what they measure things at after they're released and they go to the markets, they have what's called the floor price, and the floor price is like what the lowest selling one is. And so when you're buying one of these for $100, I'm willing to bet, like almost guarantee that you'll at least double. But with this, you'll probably triple or more your money. So, and it's all in Solana. So yeah. Okay. Anyways, all the love, guys. I'll see you soon. I'll post the recording pretty soon. Okay, peace.